Today is May 31st, 2009, and I thought it was about time for an update on my Lectric Leopard. No, the car isn't haunted. I think that's the wind. Lectric Leopard. But what I've done differently, I now have 8 12-volt batteries in the back, which are each 125 amp hour. There are 8 back here, hooked up in series and parallel. And you can't see, but under those green, which are actually pillowcases, there are 2 batteries here and there are 2 batteries over there. So that now makes 12. And then under the hood, I now have 4 more. 3 here and 1 over there. So that makes a total of 16 batteries. 8 of them hooked up in series and the other 8 in parallel. For a total of 96 volts, but it's really about 104 volts when totally charged. And I'm getting 250 amp hours because they're hooked up in parallel and series. That was my own arrangement that I worked out on paper of how to hook up the batteries so that you get the right voltage and current. Let me just go over a few things. This right down here is the potentiometer, which governs how fast the car will go. When you push on the accelerator, this thing right here, it pulls this way. And what that does is it's connected to the controller, which is sitting right over there, that black box, which I had to lift up. It used to sit down where this battery right here is. So I pulled it up onto this aluminum shelf, and right next to it is the contactor, which goes on when I turn on the key. So basically, it's all there is to it. You just turn the key on and it turns that contactor on, which connects all the batteries to the motor. And the motor is down in there, right there. That thing with the holes in it is the motor. There it is. You'd have to take the batteries out to really see it. But that's basically the 19 horse, 9 inch DC series wound motor that gets this car up to 55 miles an hour. The acceleration isn't anything to write home about, but it's got a 4-speed manual transmission, which was the original transmission that came with the car. Here's your accessory battery, which is a normal 12-volt battery you'd have in your gas car, and that just runs the wipers and the lights and that kind of stuff. The hose you see right here runs down to the grill because the controller had been overheating. And so I just did this today, as a matter of fact, about an hour ago. I clamped this hose down and it runs down to the front of the grill, and I'm hoping that the air flow over the controller will keep it from overheating. After about 10 miles on a hot day, the controller gets awful hot and it goes into a lower frequency mode, which also takes away some power from the car. And here's your charger, regular K&W BC20 charger. I've heard good things about this charger. I've had no problems with it. You have your current and your voltage adjustments. It can go up to, if you can see in there, it can go up to 25 amps of charging. I usually don't go over 15 because I have a 20 amp service. I can't go over that. And you have a little GFI over here which will pop out if it senses as much as 5 milliamp drain from the system. So it really is very well protected. And a 30 amp AC circuit breaker here. So I've had no problems with the car since I bought it about, well, it'll be 2 years ago in July. So hope you've enjoyed the update, and let me just go over a few things. Here's my cord, and since I live in a condo, this cord runs to the external socket, which is outside of the condo. I live right behind that fence, and so it's a well protected socket, which allows me to charge it even when it's raining. When it rains, I put a cover over the car. So these are the problems you have when you don't have a garage. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing the update of my car, and I'm going to take you out for a test drive probably tomorrow. So stay tuned.